Yo, what up, guys? Back with another video. Today, I'm gonna be telling you guys about my jury duty experience. So first of all, bro, you get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you just sit in this big room with it's like a big ass waiting room with a bunch of people, right? And then basically you wait for your name to be called, and then they assign you a number. Then you go walk over to like the front and you stand where your number is. Then I'm pretty sure it's like a sheriff's deputy. They come in, they kind of tell you what's finna go on, and then they walk you to your courtroom. Then once you get to your courtroom, they sit you down, and the judge kind of tells you a little bit about what's going on in the case, and then jury selection starts. So basically, what this is like you give like a general introduction of yourself, like your name, where you work, if you're married, if you have kids, and like your hobbies, and if you've been on a case before. And basically this is for like the prosecutors and the defense to kind of get a good idea of who you are, so they can know if maybe you might be a good selection for them, like if you think the person will be guilty or not guilty, basically. So here's basically where the bullshit starts, because you're in a room with 30 people you couldn't care less about, and you got to hear about what they like to do and who they are, and it's like, bro, I don't care. Then the absolute worst part starts, where the lawyers start asking questions to the jurors, and you can like raise your hand if you want to answer it. There'd be some questions where like half the people raise their hand, and that's fine, because then they're like, okay, the lawyer says like, okay, I see some hands being raised. But then they be asking questions where only like two, three, four people raise their hands, and then they'll call you to the podium to explain your response. And it's fine if you answer like one or two questions, but there'll be people who literally raise their hand for damn near every single question, and it's like, it's like they just like hearing the sound of their voice or something. There was a dude on like the fourth trial I was on that kept doing this, and he was juror number 10. I kept looking back like, ooh, man, I'm actually gonna choke you out in a courtroom. For example, one of the ones the defense likes to ask is if you've ever had a negative experience with police. Sure enough, bro, juror number 10 put his hand up. I looked back, and in my head, I'm like, bro, you are white. Put your damn hand down. You love the police. And then the explanation he gave was that in the 70s, he got pulled over for speeding a bunch of times. Dog, it was your fault. You were speeding. And then the lawyer clarified, like, okay, would this impact your decision on the trial? And he said no. So this guy was just talking just to talk, bro. And he was making it so much longer than it had to be. Another one that really pissed me off. So this was on the trial that I actually ended up being on. They asked if people were uncomfortable with guns, and then the lawyer clarified that the guns would be in court. They wouldn't have the magazines in them. There's no chance of them being fired. And then people raised their hand. They specified that there's not magazines in them at first. And even if there was, bro, it's not like they're going to start shooting the guns in the damn courtroom. So at that point, you're literally scared of a piece of metal. And the hard thing is, it's like really hard to discern if these people are actually this stupid or they're just trying their best not to get on a case. Well, your boy ended up on a case, and I was pissed because on Monday I went to a homicide case, and then sent right back to the waiting room, then sent right back to a gun charge case, sent right back to the waiting room, sent to a domestic violence case, and then I had to come back to the domestic violence case on Tuesday, and then they didn't pick me for that one, and I was actually kind of sad because the prosecution team had two baddies on it. It was like a Asian lady and like a light skinned lady, and they're both bad as hell. Like I would have been locked in the entire case if I was on that one. But nah, then I ended up on a gun charge case, and bro, that shit was so boring because it's like it's so hard to prove if someone owned a gun. Like unless I see a picture of the dude posted up with the blick, like flexing it, like really not gonna believe it, and I'll explain more why I didn't believe it. First of all, they didn't find his prints on the gun. They never they never witnessed the dude with the gun. They just knew he was a felon, so they got a search warrant to go in his crib. And basically the prosecution was so boring, bro, cuz the whole time they were just trying to prove that bro lived there. They were literally showing us like pictures of like his bank cards and like mail he got. It was so boring, bro. I bullshit you not. I was like dozing off in the courtroom because oh, bro, the chairs are so uncomfortable and there's no like leg room, bro. Like I'll show you. Like I had to have my feet like this is as far as I could move them, bro. So it was so uncomfortable, but I was dozing off in the courtroom. I was like, but I ain't getting in trouble. Yeah, his DNA was on the gun, but there was it was his DNA, or they don't know if it was his DNA, but like they give you the probability for it, so it probably was his. But there was also another person's DNA on it, and yeah, we ended up like we went back to deliberate on it, and we raised our hands for guilty and not guilty, and it was like nine nine people for not guilty and three people for guilty. But it was like 4:30 on Wednesday, and you're supposed to get done by like 5. So it literally took us like 5 minutes to change other people's mind, and then he got off. And like I don't know how the prosecution thought they were gonna have enough to convict, bro. But it's like, you know, even if he did had a gun, like, so what, bro? He was in the trap. Let him have a gun. I don't care. Another thing that I thought was kind of messed up was all 4 of the cases they sent me to was the state versus a black person. It was actually kind of eye opening. But I mean, overall, bro, I guess it could have been worse. Like, I had to miss work, but I'm in the union, so I still get paid, and at least I got to be in like an air conditioned building, and got to get some reading done during the breaks. And if you have your juror sticker, they let you go in the Milwaukee Museum for free. So that was cool, I guess. But overall, it kind of sucked. Thank y'all for tuning in. I've been doing good on a video per week, so I'm gonna try to keep that up. We'll see y'all in the next one.